On this day in 1987, Joe Miller scored on his Celtic debut. It's often forgotten just how much of a sensation it was when Celtic signed Joe Miller from Aberdeen on the 13th of November 1987. Miller was the most sought-after youngster in Britain, and Aberdeen had already turned down a £500,000 bid from Liverpool for his signature a few weeks before, with Manchester United closely monitoring developments. Miller had already announced he would be leaving Aberdeen when his contract expired at the end of the season, and Celtic beat them both to the punch. Chick Young and John Traynor wrote in the Evening Times of the 13th of November, "It really is a marvellous scoop by Celtic, and today Don's boss Ian Porterfield was trying to dilute the anger of his fans by saying, 'We know that Miller was determined to go at the end of the season, and we thought it was best to take £650,000 for him now, rather than a third of that next summer.' Everyone talked about him going south, but Celtic came in with the best bid. It's as simple as that." Self-confessed Celtic fan Miller, who is from Glasgow, travelled south today to meet his prospective new boss, and there was a buzz of excitement among his new teammates as news broke of the latest massive piece of Scottish transfer market business. Miller is a regular under-21 player and is a certainty to graduate to the full team over the next few seasons. The signing of Miller completed the new forward line Billy McNeill believed would fire Celtic to centenary season glory, and he made his debut on the 14th of November 1987 against Dundee at Celtic Park. Celtic lined up Bonner, Morris, Rogan, Aitken, White, Grant, Miller, McStay, McAvenny, Walker, Burns, subs, McGee, Shepherd. Before a lot of fans had even taken their places on the terracing, Celtic were 2 goals up, with both scored by Andy Walker. He seized on a slack pass back to shoot past the keeper on 2 minutes, and the debut boy had a hand in the second after just 5 minutes, Miller's fierce shot being parried out by the keeper before it was worked to Chris Morris, who crossed for Walker to head into the roof of the net. Miller made his name as a striker at Aberdeen, but he was playing wide on the right on his debut and was delighting the crowd with some brilliant footwork and mazy runs. But there was no more scoring in the first half, and Pat Bonner had to make a brilliant save from a long-range John Brown shot just before the interval. Bonner was back in action on 48 minutes with another spectacular save from a Tommy Coyne header. Celtic were soon back on the attack, and Miller kept up his record of scoring every time he had played at Celtic Park, running on to a through ball from Frank McAvenny in the 61st minute and slipping the ball between the keeper's legs, running off to celebrate even before the ball trundled over the line. 6 minutes later, Frank McAvenny headed the fourth, and he wrapped up the scoring with another header in the final minute to seal a memorable 5-0 win. Joe Miller never fulfilled the huge potential he displayed in the late 1980s, and there may be an argument that he was never given an extended run in his natural position in the centre of the attack. Certainly he showed what he could be capable of when he was played at centre-forward in the last 3 games of season 1988-89 and scored 3 goals in successive 1-0 victories. The last of those was the Scottish Cup final win over Rangers that denied them the treble, for which he will always be remembered. Miller's debut in November 1987 marked a significant milestone that season. Celtic had come through a sticky spell, and after a win at Pittodrie and a hard-fought draw at Tynecastle in their previous 2 matches, fired by the new strike force of Miller, McAvenny and Walker, they were about to embark on a run of form that would carry them all the way to their centenary season double.